Hey, what up, everyone? SatsMate is here. I'm going to talk about a crazy topic, and just hold on, because I know it's not good to think about things in a doom lens, but I also think it's good to think about what could happen in the future if governments become very authoritarian and they overstretch their bounds. Now, all I got to say is, wow, we've been seeing so much movement in the Bitcoin market and a lot of stocks as well. And I got to say, this is something that I'm looking at the IRS and all the tax agencies around the world, and they're probably, moving their hands together, really excited, saying, wow, we're going to get a huge tax payday once when people have to sell their Bitcoin, either short-term or long-term tax. And authoritarians around the world, they want to clamp down on Bitcoiners. They want to clamp down on Bitcoin because they, at the end of the day, want to debase your life energy and your purchasing power in any way that they can do so, because then they can keep you within their control. Now, many of these Bitcoiners, they saw something that most normies never saw. And that's why a lot of them have gotten very rich off of it over the past couple of years. Now, something is happening right now in Australia, and I want all of us to kind of pay close attention to this. And that is people with over 3 million AUD or Australian dollars, they'll pay a 30% tax on unrealized gains. Now, this hasn't been passed yet, but it has been proposed. And I don't see it too far of a stretch of an imagination where this could actually get passed, especially in Australia, given we saw over in 2020, 2021, a lot of authoritarian measures were taking place with the Mexican beer situation, if you guys know what I mean. Can't say that out loud or I'll get permabanned. But the point is, a lot of craziness happened then and a lot of authoritarian measures. I think potentially this could pass, and then they could eventually go and find out who these people are somehow and try and make them pay a 30% tax on unrealized gains. So how that would work is if you have, let's say, $6 million, on that $1 million delta above the $5 million threshold, you would be paying a 30% tax per year. So from my understanding, it would be $300K. Again, this is not good. This is not where we want to see society head. And I guarantee you, if this were to prove successful in Australia, other countries and nations around the world that are in debt, have huge deficit spendings, would attempt to do the same. So I think it is so important that we work to make our countries the most Bitcoin friendly possible, to work with legislators, representatives, and people all around the world about the benefits of what this could offer in terms of saying no to taxes, reducing tax footprints, because then guess what? We attract more Bitcoiners, we become a wealthier nation, right? We want to attract Bitcoin businesses and Bitcoiners to our country. We don't want to push them away and make other countries better. And that's if we do care about our country. And I think a lot of us do. So this is just the start. I look at this as just the beginning, the camel's nose under the tent. But I look at it as a yellow flag that we need to do what we can to speak up now, even for the Australians. I'm a US citizen, right? But when I look at this happening in Australia, if I have a chance to write an email or a letter or whatever, I'll do it, because I understand that all the NATO nations and a lot of these wealthier nations, first world countries, a lot of them are all interconnected, and a lot of them tend to follow the same policies in the medium and long term. So overall, people will just move to other countries. We don't want that. We want people to live in the countries they want to live in, not just leave and take all their money with them, because then it's just going to become a hollowed out nation. What I think this will also do in Australia and other places is it'll kind of force people in the black market or the gray market, where people will want to buy non-KYC coin. Look, I have my opinions on that. All I'm saying is, if they really did care, these taxation agencies, they would not be pushing this, because if they do push this, do they really want to get less tax revenue? It's just like drug dealers. Drug dealers and other types of dealers, if they make something illegal, do you really think they follow those rules? I don't think so. So they have to approach it through a better avenue. And lastly, you're going to get a brain drain. We don't want a brain drain. We saw that happen in Russia a few years ago. We see it happening around the world in countries where they don't allow free lines of thought, they don't allow different perspectives, and brain drain, it will just cause the country to lose in the medium and long term. We don't want that. We want to have the strongest, smartest, most capable people here, because if we succeed, then I believe a lot of the world will succeed, but also we want people to come here and also succeed. Anyways, what do you guys think about this taxation of unrealized gains on Bitcoin? I think it is a horrible idea. I don't think it's good for Bitcoin. I don't think it's good for our country. And I think in the end, we need to speak up. But anyways, all your support is always appreciated, guys. Feel free to leave a like or feel free to leave a comment if you're watching the podcast. All support is always appreciated. I have a link in the description below. Anyways, you guys have a good rest of your day. Thank you so much.